Well, hello, Lauren.
Hey, Dad.
You know what this means, don't you? Every time we catch up on podcast,
Every time we catch up on podcast, it means we have watched something this week.
correct, Wayne.
Mhm.
Welcome to TV is All We've Got. It's a special program that my daughter Lauren organised and designed and has promoted for the better part of the last, 10 weeks?
Yeah. Is this our
And
10th episode?
I
Oh
think
my
it
gosh,
is.
this is our 10th episode.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
We
That's
should,
fun. Double
we should have,
digits.
it's
What,
almost,
what?
and the worst part, it's being recorded on Halloween.
Oh my gosh.
Anything could happen.
Spooky.
Spooky is right. For those that don't know or have never caught up with us before, it's a way for us to share time, share memories, and importantly, catch up and do the sorts of things or talk about the sorts of things that we never really got a chance to talk about when she was growing up because her father was otherwise preoccupied.
Oh my God. You
Doesn't
have to
say
stop
much about my
giving yourself so much
parenting.
grief about
No,
it.
I know,
You've got to stop.
I
You've got
know,
to
but
stop.
my parenting skills are just so advanced. I can take that sort of punishment. I think I can.
I think we move on.
Okay.
That's the
So,
purpose of
so how does
this.
the show work, Lauren? Just remind me again.
Basically, you and I challenge each other to watch a show that the other person would probably never think to watch.
Correct.
This week, it was something quite different. You challenged me. Sorry, I challenged you first, actually,
You did
to watch a little something
a little.
called Squid Game.
Oh,
And you threw it back to me
yeah.
by asking me to watch a Korean show that you actually have loved and enjoyed
Yeah. Yeah. Look,
called
I've got to.
Vincenzo.
Correct. Can I just say before we go any further,
Yes.
the world since Netflix came on,
Mhm.
the world has been entranced by having access to movie makers and producers from countries that they normally don't get access to in the cinema.
Yeah.
We've seen suddenly television shows and movies from Israel that, unless you're that way inclined, you never get access to it. And of course, you never get to see the stars and the talent on show unless they
Yeah.
appear in a major feature out of Hollywood or out of London
That's
or
right.
something. Um,
Yeah.
and suddenly, this cult of Korean has started to take over because
Mhm.
the truth of the matter is they're quaint, they're glitzy, they're zany, they're funny, they're
Zany is a
silly.
word. Like
Yeah, yeah.
zany, like you hit the nail right on the head with that one. I had no idea what I was getting myself into watching Vincenzo. I really didn't.
I did warn you.
You did. Yeah, okay. And I remember when I was in Melbourne and you were watching it with your headphones on, and I was looking at the screen going, what is this?
What is my
Be-
father
I
doing?
know, because to me, it's a soap opera. Like it's a complete soap opera.
But they love
And,
soapies.
it's the long glances off into the distance, and it's the
Hang on.
music.
Can I just pause right there? Because I want
Yeah.
you to temper this conversation and understand full well. I
Mhm.
used to do the news every night for
Mhm.
SBS, for Channel 9, and for Channel 10. And
Mhm.
it in this eerie of ways, always there was either a novella or a soapy that led to the news every night. On
Yeah.
SBS, it was this crazy, stupid, amazingly convoluted Argentinian program called Rosa de Lejos. And the only time anything ever happened on it was when the phone rang. That's how you advance
Wow.
the storyline. So I had to cope
Wow.
for all those years before, the SBS World News. You had to wait for Rosa de Lejos to finish. And then, of course, when I went to Channel 9, it was some other show that escapes me. But at Channel 10, it was the bold
And the beautiful.
and the beautiful. Now, all
Yeah.
those stares and those glances, those long, admiring glances. I'm
Yeah.
very comfortable with them. So suddenly, up comes a Korean show that I thought, let me give it a couple of minutes, and
Yeah.
I watched the first episode, and I thought, second episode, and the next thing you know, I ran through the whole series. But I warned you, Vincenzo was
Dad.
kind of like a bit of a drug. It sort of works its way slow. It's a slow acting
It's
drug.
so slow.
Oh,
Do you realize I have
Yeah.
been trying
Yes.
to watch this show all week? Can I just say,
Yeah.
for anybody that's listening that has not watched Vincenzo for some unknown reason, it is 20 episodes, and each episode is an hour and a half long. Each episode.
Can I just respond there?
Dad didn't remember this point at all.
Can I respond by saying, at least they give you value for your money?
I mean, it looks beautiful. A lot of the shots are amazing.
Aren't they?
They all look like just these beautiful dolls. Like everyone is just so clean cut, like just stunning. Even if they're not meant to be.
Unless you're a thug or a crook.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And the rest is like a caricature that you've seen from some Hollywood movie of 30 years ago. So that would have brought back memories, Lauren.
I mean, it was just so weird. Like, I think I'm up to episode 9.5 now because I was like, okay, if I get to 10, then at least I've been. But Dad, when is it going to solve the problem? It just feels like
it's coming.
There's
it's
more
coming.
and more
on it. Well, yeah, but you see, in order to set you up, they've got to make sure that you're really invested, so you can't let go and get out. And then it's the buy-in, it's the full buy-in. But by the way, while we're talking about Vincenzo and how brave you were to go, nearly 10 episodes, which are nearly an hour and a bit long.
It's like a movie every time I watch it.
I should explain that my daughter, my one and only daughter, my gorgeous daughter, Lauren, did say to Dad, I want you to see this Korean show that's, making headlines right around the world. It's called Squid Game. And I said, what? And then I thought, let me have a look. And if you thought yours was a struggle, I've said to you time and time again, I don't really like reality too much. I like science fiction. I like fantasy, but this was none of that. This is a show that pits, hundreds of cash-strapped players, and it says to them, "Come on, we want you to participate in this series of children's games, and we're going to invite you to come into the contest, and we're going to tempt you with some seriously deadly high stakes. You excited? Are you buying in? And we're going to make it even more exciting. It's a survival game, and at stake a whopping 45.6 billion won, which is Korean currency for about 53 million Australian.
Who has that much money?
Well, clearly the Packers do. It's a story of people who fail at life for various reasons, but they receive this mysterious invitation to participate in this game, the Squid Game, to win this crazy amount of money, which translates to about 38 million American. And it takes place on an isolated island, and everyone's locked up. Does that sound like Victoria at the moment? No, we're free. We're suddenly free. And then there's a final winner. The story incorporates some really popular children's games, popular in Korea, of course, during the 70s and the 80s. And one of these games, which is why the show is called Squid Game, game that the children play. It's like a tag game where you've got to get around.
But it's in a court.
Yeah. And the court is like a squid-shaped court or board.
Yeah.
And it's drawn in the dirt, and you sort of got to get around without missing out. And if you can do it, you score a whole bunch of points, and ultimately you get a chance to win. It's violent.
You look, I mean, I expected that.
Did
one
you?
of my friends who was watching it,
Yeah.
we started talking about it, and I said, "Can
Yeah.
you just explain it to me? Like, what is it? What's going on?" And when he explained it to me, I'm like, "Is this real or is this like fake?" He's like, "It's definitely not real." And I said, "Okay, phew, maybe I'll." And he said, "You're not going to like it. Straight off the bat, not your type of movie. You're not TV show, movie, whatever. You're not going to like it." And he said, "It's really gory." He's like, "Just be prepared for lots of blood." And I'm like, dude, I've seen Game of Thrones. I can handle gore.
Oh yeah, but the Koreans do blood differently, don't they?
Yeah, but yes, they do it so differently. It's vibrant red, and it's like, let's hone in, zoom in on exactly what is happening to this person at the point of impact.
I need a drink.
It's it was full on. But I think
yeah, I think I lost 2 kilos.
You know what? It was intense. It was in your face all the time.
Yep.
And it really does show you a terrible side of humans.
Yeah, humanity.
Like, even
yeah.
the rich just have so much money.
Yeah.
They're so bored with their lives.
Yeah.
They need entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it brings us back to like Italy and the gladiators, all these years ago.
I've said to you,
how they
you're
had
so right. You're so right. It's circus. And at the moment, we're seeing, the various governments around the country trying to get Australia, up and running. And the first thing they want to do is they want to introduce a whole bunch of major events so we can forget about the pain and the anguish and what we've lost over the last 2 years. But we'll be right. We'll get back on the drinks. We'll get back in the betting. We'll have games. She'll be right. Don't look what this hand's doing. Watch what that hand is doing.
Yeah, and that's the money ball that's in the room that everybody's sleeping in.
And these are some of the messages that come through. Man's inhumanity to man has always been notorious and crazy and awkward. And people from various cultures treat violence in a very different way. It's illuminating. It's not pretty. You're right.
Yeah.
We talk about reality shows. It's like a reality series about a game show that you really don't want to have around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's, you know what? Here's the galling part. It's been embraced by so many people. One of the most popular shows on Netflix.
Yep.
Bar none.
Yep. Beat out Bridgerton. So it is now the highest ranked show ever watched on Netflix.
What did you just say? It beat out
Bridgerton.
Okay. Now I know
Did you watch Bridgerton?
No. You can't force me to watch Bridgerton. No. I've heard
you're lucky I already have a choice for you for next week, sir.
You
are lucky.
There are so many people that go, you've got to see Bridgerton. And the more they tell me that, unless it's my daughter, it isn't happening. Even my wife went, Bridgerton, yeah. I went, no.
You know what? It was really good. I enjoyed it very much. But we're not talking about Bridgerton right now. Yeah,
I know why you like Bridgerton, because there's a handsome guy in the cast, and
there's one of them. Yeah. I'm not in love with the one that everyone else is in love with.
Oh, you mean there's a barman involved somewhere? In joke.
Not this time.
We're getting good, aren't we?
Yeah. Okay. We're very good.
All right. This show is therapy for my daughter, and it's therapy for me.
Yeah.
I don't know whether we should be sending the podcast to our professionals and let them view it and see what they can draw from it. But But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I hope you are
me
too.
Too. I mean, this is the reason why we're doing it. It's just for us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was to cut down the incredible daily grind of Groundhog Day, which was what lockdown felt like across Australia, unless you were working and you were totally committed. It's been a very, very difficult time for a whole bunch of Australians.
Yeah.
All walks of life, male and female, children and others. And it's taken a toll. And I just hope it doesn't linger too long and we can get over it. Victoria is starting up. New South Wales is up and running.
So, okay, I have to ask because...
Oh, here we go. Go for it.
Well, because I've been watching Vincenzo.
Oh.
And I'm really confused, Dad, because you said that this lead guy was amazing and that you would consider him to be a Bond.
Yeah, I think he's capable of playing
an
edgy modern Bond. Yes. Did you see the actor who starred in Crazy Rich Asians?
Yeah.
He's being considered for the role of Bond.
What's his name? Henry
something. Yes, you're right. You're on the right target.
Yeah.
But if they were going to be really brave, they could either go down Henry's path or Sun Yi Ki. So it's possible. It's possible. Hey, we could even have a black Bond. Why not?
Idris.
Could be a female. Why does it have to be? Could be.
I mean, it could.
James. James Bond.
Hey, James could be used as a female name because Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have called their daughter James.
Have they? Well, that opens up a whole new discussion.
Yeah.
Who would you like to see as the new Bond?
Ooh, that's a great question. I mean, I think Idris Elba would be great.
Yeah. But let's not forget something.
Yeah.
Normally it's about 10 years. They get 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
He's 50, is he?
I don't know actually how old he is.
Look, he could carry it off. But I'm just wondering if they go younger or if they go...
Well, yeah, so they'd probably need to go
a little younger. Well, Henry would fit the bill because he would open up a whole new world. He could be, of course, Hong Kong, right?
Yeah.
British protectorate, once upon a time, part of Britain. He could be the great-great-grandson of James Bond. It could be
Henry Golding.
Henry Golding, you are good.
Yeah. It just came in my head.
Yeah. Good. Very good.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like the way you think. Takes you a little while to warm up, but when you do, you're like raisins. Raisins. Yeah.
I know it does take me a while.
Yeah. When you're up and running.
The motor running.
When you got the motor running, you are good girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite gone girl, but you're good girl. Hey, listen, I'm very excited about the quest or the invitation I have for you for the next podcast. Do you know what I'm going to throw at you? There's a brand new movie on Netflix, and I reckon it's going to rate much, much higher than Squid Game. And it's called...
Really?
Yeah. It's called Red Notice.
Oh, is that the new movie with Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
The Rock. Can The Rock do anything wrong?
No. Have you seen videos of him with his daughters?
He's
fabulous.
My God.
He is amazing.
I need a couple of sessions with him. Sit down and say to him, now listen, Dwayne.
Just follow him on Instagram.
I have this problem with my daughter. How can I address it? He might say to us, get her in the same studio.
Oh, bird.
Yeah, you like that?
I know. What are we going to do? We're
running the show until it becomes global. Until the show becomes global.
Right.
And
okay, we'll just keep doing it.
I know you've got it. I know at the moment you've got it. You've got it out on Spotify. You've got it on Apple. You've got it. How do I find it on Apple? Just look up.
Search TV. It's all we've got.
And it's all one word, right? TV is all we've got.
Space. TV. It's all we've got.
Right. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's also popped up on a whole lot of other services as well.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah. So even if you just Google it.
Okay. So
it'll
red notice for
come up.
you next week. What are you
Yeah.
giving me?
Well, okay. So
Don't say
it's a
crazy.
special week.
Don't say crazy.
No. We've already done Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
I know,
I'm not
but
gonna hear that
you
again.
might want to. You might want me to go to season 4.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we've done it.
Okay. Cool.
So it's a special week next week.
Yes.
And so I thought that it might be cool for you to watch something that I know you've seen a couple of episodes of here and there, but I kind of want you to go and really, really watch it. It's a little show, one of my favorites. It's called New Girl.
New Girl.
Yeah. And it's on Netflix.
Yes.
It has my crush, Jake Johnson, in it. Zoe Deschanel.
Oh, yeah.
It's very, very funny.
New Girl.
I find it very funny. Yeah.
New Girl.
It's great.
All right.
And yeah, I think it'll be really nice for us to talk about next week.
All right. Well, on that note, let me bid you a great weekend.
Okay.
Thanks for
We
shooting
didn't really
the breeze.
talk much about Squid Game and Vincenzo, did we? Just that it was long.
We did give people a chance.
Yeah.
I think just before we tidy this up.
Yeah.
Vincenzo has an awful lot going for it. Right?
It does. It covers a lot of stories.
And they do things in a particular way. Very stylized. The one thing Vincenzo does have is a great wardrobe.
Oh yeah.
And
crisp suits.
The other thing that the Korean series tend to do is they give you a really good chance to peer behind the curtain and to sort of get a sense of what Korea is about and how it thinks. This is South Korea, not North Korea. If it was North Korea, it would be a completely different show. But
very different.
There you go. I think stick with it. You will get some the ending you like and you want. But you've just got to handle it. Yeah. As for Squid Game, oh my God, how difficult was it to watch? So there you go. It's not easy, and being dubbed does take a toll. I prefer always to hear people or to read the subtitles, but there are a great many people who, we've lived with subtitles for about 50, 60 years, and people still struggle. They don't want to watch them. They find it too tedious to process. Some people can't concentrate and read at the same time.
Well, my Netflix automatically made it dubbed, and so made both shows dubbed. So I watched the whole of Squid Game dubbed, and then when I was talking to you about watching Vincenzo and saying that I couldn't get into it because of the dubbing, you said, "Oh, check," because I'm pretty sure I watched it with subtitles.
Yep,
and I did, and I've been watching it with subtitles since, and it's so much better.
There you go.
I'm learning a few words in Korean.
Oh, yeah. Gosh.
Gosh. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. On that note, thanks for shooting the breeze. Catch you next week.
Yeah. All right. Bye, Dad.
Bye, baby.